Welcome, Capricorn, to your November 2023 reading. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Now, Capricorn, this month, like I do all months, I'm offering free mini readings to new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comment section below. Just put new subscriber, free mini reading, or new subscriber, and then ask your question and I'll shuffle my cards for you. Now, do not worry if you do not hear from me right away. I get back to everyone who asks a question and subscribes. Now, for everyone else, if you want to ask a question as well, you can. I'll give you a yes or a no answer. So if you don't want to subscribe, you're already a subscriber, you're a new time viewer, whatever it is, you can ask a yes or no question and I'll shuffle my cards for you as well. Now, let's get into your reading. Now, this month I'm using the Bosch Tarot deck, and it's a bit of a quirky deck, so I hope you like it. And I'm going to be clarifying with my Rider-Waite mini deck as well. Now, you start out the energy of November with the Hierophant. Now, Sagittarius just got two Hierophants. They got a Hierophant in their first reading and also a Hierophant in their clarifying cards. So some of you may be born on the cusp of Sagittarius, or be dealing with or have a lot of Sagittarian in their energy, so you might want to check that one out. But the Hierophant is a card of tradition, of doing things in a traditional way. Now, not only does the Hierophant talk about tradition, but what the Hierophant is a card of duality. And that means on one hand, it can be all about doing things the traditional way. And on the other hand, this is all about bucking the trend and doing things your own way. And in Sagittarius's reading, it turned out that it actually meant taking things into their own hands and doing things their own way, in a different way than what society would normally expect. And I feel like for Capricorns, you often do things the traditional way. You are the greatest of traditionalists. So I feel like for a lot of you, this could potentially be, really deciding to have a new course of learning and going back to university, taking on some religious studies. These are all about traditional institutions as well, like universities, like the church, like corporate business. So for a lot of you, you might be getting involved in that in November. But again, for some of you that do have that Sagittarian side of him, you might be bucking the trend here. But we'll see what comes out in the clarifying cards. We'll see what other messages. Now, the thing with the Hierophant card is, this is also the marriage card. Now, it's quite interesting. It's right above that King of Swords. So for some of you, you might be meeting a King of Swords. This could be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarian, and falling in love here or getting married to this particular person. You might be deciding to tie the knot here with a significant air sign here. But you've got the Five of Wands. So I feel like for a lot of you, there could have been some battle or some creative conflict, let's put it that way, when it comes to your relationships and your love. And if you are in a relationship or a marriage, that is. But you could also have been sort of in conflict with yourself here when it comes to love. You might not, you might have been in a way conflicted about how you feel about wanting to get into new relationships. You might have decided that you do not want to get involved in that kind of thing, marriage. You might not want to do that, but things could definitely be changing for you in November. And this is whether you are married or not. I feel like there are some big changes when it comes to your emotions or your relationships here. I mean, you've got the Tower card, and this is, I love the Tower card actually. The Tower card is, it breaks the status quo. If things have been the same for you, very stagnant, particularly in a relationship, in love, things are going to change here. And you know, a lot of people find this quite a negative card, and it's not really negative. It just talks about sudden and unexpected events. And I mean, sometimes a sudden and unexpected event can be a negative event, but it happens for a reason, and it gets rid of what isn't serving you. And for a lot of you, this could be a relationship. But for a lot of others, this could be a brand new relationship coming in that absolutely rocks your world and is like a bolt of lightning that you weren't expecting. You had perhaps had your own thoughts and ideas about love and about relationships, and then all of a sudden this new person, this new love, this new passion, whatever it is, comes in for you, and it is a gift from God. And like I said, there's a Tower moment there, so it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. You know, when two worlds collide and you meet that other half, you meet that person in your world, that can rock your world. So there could be some stuff coming in for a lot of you when it comes to new relationships as well. But if a lot of you have been really worried, really troubled, really depressed, having sleepless nights, something is going to come in that changes that as well. I feel it's going to shift things around and make this make life a lot better, and change that, what you've been going through. And I feel like it's going to be a welcome relief for a lot of you as well. You know, that Nine of Swords that you have there, that's probably one of the hardest cards in the deck to have to deal with. You know, a lot of stresses, a lot of strains, Capricorn here. Could be to do, I mean, the Hierophant card is a Taurus. You've got an air sign here, a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. You've got the Knight of Cups here, so there could be a significant water sign here as well. But I feel like these stresses and strains are just a lot of emotional stuff for you is coming up that is really troubling and really worrying. And as I said, this is coming to an end. You know, you've got the King of Spades that I have mentioned. Now, this is someone that is very logical, very intelligent, very clear visioned. And this can be a therapist, this can be a doctor, you might be going to see someone here that really helps you out emotionally, mentally, psychologically. This person is a great communicator, so they could be coming in to really help you. And if this is the person that you've been having conflict with and it's been causing you a lot of worries and stresses and strains, have hope, keep faith that things are going to be okay when it comes to this person. Now, you know, and I say that because you've got the Star card here. This is a beautiful card of hope and of strength. It's a card of making a wish. It's a card of wishes coming true. So you could have a wish come true, something that you have absolutely been wanting for so long, that it is going to happen for you in November. And this can rock your world as well, because you just weren't expecting it, and it's amazing and wonderful. And yeah, I feel like this is an emotional and related to emotions or to love or to relationships here, just because that tower is surrounded by a couple of those cups there, the Ace of Cups above it and the Knight of Cups beside it there. And, you know, I think things are going to be changing in quite a loving kind of way. It's going to be happy news here, happy emotional news. Now, all nights are movement and movement of energy, so there is this kind of loving kind of energy around you. And sometimes the Knight of Cups does talk about your knight in shining armor that does come in to save the day. And this doesn't necessarily, if you're already in a relationship, this doesn't necessarily mean, you know, someone coming in to sweep you off your feet in a love kind of way, but it could be someone coming in to really help you out mentally and emotionally, and help you with any of the worries and the stresses and the strains that you've been having. So could be a water sign that comes in that's very supportive and helpful for you in November as well. Now let's get some clarifying cards out for you, Capricorn. Now when I was shuffling, I was going to say, when I was shuffling your other cards, it took a long time for the cards to come out. I only used jumpers. So it could be that things are changing. That came out quite quickly. So you've got the Chariot card here. This is you doing things successfully. You have really, you've really been struggling. You've been straining. You've been training. You've been learning. You've been trying to get stronger and better. And this could be to do with your work. And it's been hard, Capricorn. The Chariot is a card that doesn't talk about smooth riding. I mean, if you imagine a chariot, you know, they travel fast, and in this particular card you see the sphinxes. One is white, one is black. This talks about that energy that's pulling you in two different directions here, and you have successfully been able to manage these two wild beasts and drive that chariot down the road. So I hope that you don't give up in any way here, Capricorn, because the Chariot talks is a card of success, and you are successfully, like I said, driving it down the road, and you've been doing so. You've really been working hard. I mean, it hasn't been, like I said, it hasn't been easy. Now, for some of you, you might be traveling. This can actually talk about travel, or you might be moving somewhere. But it is progress. Things are moving. Things are traveling quite nicely here for you, Capricorn, and you are going to be successful. This is great energy. I love the Chariot. Yeah, the Empress, you are really growing things. The Empress is a card of nurturing. It's a card of abundance. It's a card of fertility. You've been struggling and you've been fighting to perhaps grow something that really makes you happy, and you are wanting to change your life. I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. I'm sorry, I've got I had a frog in my throat there, and I remembered to actually bring something to drink this time. So the Empress card is a great card of, like I said, nurturing something into existence. If you are wanting to start your own business, this is a great time to do this. You know, the soil is fertile. It's ready for you to grow your business, and things are going to be successful. Now, this is also the card of the mother. It's a mother energy, so your mother might be playing a really big role in helping you achieve some of your goals here, and also being very supportive and nurturing for you in November when it comes to any kind of struggle that you are going through with your career or your work. This is lovely energy. I love the Empress. So beautiful, caring. And I mean, look at that. The Queen of Cups. This I would normally read as a Scorpio, but this again is any water sign, so a Cancer. Oh my gosh, and look at this. You've got the Ace of Cups twice in both decks. I always say, you know, there's 78 cards in each deck, and I'm shuffling 2 separate decks and the same cards come out. It just is mind-blowing sometimes. But you've got the Queen of Cups. This is someone, again, very nurturing, very caring, very loving, very supportive, very emotional. And so you might have a water sign coming in for you in November. It is kind of Scorpio season, so it's interesting that the Scorpio card comes out here, but brand new things starting for you in November, something that you're really gonna love, that brings you so much joy and happiness, and I feel like you are driving yourself to this destination. You are the one that is bringing a lot of this energy into your life, this new passion almost. This is something wonderful, beginnings that brings so much joy, so much happiness. You know, this is that cup of love. And if you are, like I said, already in a relationship, that don't stress too much about it, because this can be anything that brings joy into your life. Now, you know, you've got the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, 2 of the hardest cards in the deck. And I feel like this is you feeling trapped. You are going to be able to release this kind of feeling here. I feel like this is coming to an end here for you, Capricorn. The fact that you've got the Empress, the Queen of Cups, and 2 Ace of Cups, I feel like you are really being protected, not only in the physical world by perhaps someone, perhaps your mum or a very loving, kind friend, but also the spirit world is helping you out here a lot as well, Capricorn. And if you have been feeling stuck or trapped in any way, shape or form, this is really, you are going to be very much assisted here. Now, you know, Temperance. This is the card of Sagittarius. Did you see that? I don't read reversals, but when a card comes out in reverse, I kind of do it. Look at it, because it is significant, because I make sure that all my cards are upright, but I'm going to put it up that way. You've got the Temperance card. Now, so far, and I haven't done many readings, but the readings that I have done, all of the Temperance has come out for all of them. Now, Temperance is Sagittarius energy. So some of you definitely could have a significant Sagittarius in your life somewhere. But Temperance is you, again, you playing a big part in manifesting what it is you want. And this is a card also of make a decision and then stick with it and go for it. You know, stop sitting on the fence here is one message that Temperance does have. And I feel like you, if there's been any struggles, any heartaches, any kind of difficult mental or emotional kind of hurts that you've been carrying, you are going to be bringing in some changes here that are going to assist you to get out of this feeling of being stuck, get out of this worry, these stresses, these strains. Let behind any heartache that you've had, leave behind any heartache, release yourself from this feeling of being blocked and trapped, and you are going to be melding and blending and changing your situation to create an environment that relieves you of any of this kind of heartache here. It's actually really lovely kind of energy, the Temperance. And it does talk about patience as well. Like, don't stress and strain right now. You're going in the right direction. you can, and that came out upside down too, and you can leave behind any heartbreak, any troubles, any emotional worries and concerns. You need to look and focus on what you actually have rather than focusing on what you don't have, Capricorn. This card always talks about the story of the three spilled cups, and this person has their head down, they're cloaked in black, they're focused on what's missing, what they've lost, what they don't have. But behind them, they've got these amazing cups that are full to the brim, and they can see they're not able to see a way out. They're not able to see the bridge there in the distance that can take them to that wonderful castle there on the hill. So this really does talk about you really playing a role in getting yourself out of any difficult kind of emotional, mental strains and stresses here. Now I'm going to get my final card for you, or cards, whatever the case may be. I only intend for one of these cards to come out of this deck. It's called the Now I Understand Oracle Cards deck by Janine and Lauren McLean. I recently got these. I love this deck. The messages are so spot on, and I only want to get one card out, but sometimes a few pop out. This time only one came out. Someone. A work colleague, friend, or acquaintance is at the forefront. Okay, so there is someone significant here for you, Capricorn, and this is someone that does bring you a lot of joy. This will be someone that does bring you a lot of joy, you know, and someone that's going to help relieve you of any heartache that you've felt from the past. You know, I'm just seeing the cup there and the cup there standing out at me, and I'm also seeing the Nine of Swords. So I feel like that they're going to be able to give you a lot of emotional support and assistance when it comes to your work. And there could be someone at your work that you absolutely fall in love with here and sweeps you off your feet as well. So you'll have to let me know in the comments. So we'll leave it there. Have a great month, Capricorn, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.